Well, good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. I'm excited to be with you. I know my friend Knut Flores as well. Let me start by thanking Deborah for the great job she does leading the council. And thanks to Sam Allen for his leadership as chair. I'm honored to be here with so many incredible leaders, a great lineup of people, including my dear friend Knut Flores, the president and CEO of BMW Manufacturing. He's a visionary leader, innovative, results-oriented. And our partnership goes back, how long? 25 or
Yes.
so years. It's been a formal partnership for about 15 years. So we have at Clemson 7 strategic corporate partners. BMW is one of them. They have a handful of strategic university partners around the world. We're one of them. And so the partnership is a win-win, helps our students, raises our academic profile. BMW was actually instrumental in giving us an endowed faculty chair position where we launched a PhD in automotive engineering. It was the first PhD in automotive engineering in the country, first of its kind. They helped us launch something called CUICAR. CUICAR is an International Center for Automotive Research. It is amazing. I invite you all to come and visit it if you're in the Carolinas. It's a win-win. We're excited about what we do with BMW. It serves our land-grant mission. Their impact in terms of the economy in South Carolina is huge. So I'm going to ask Knut to talk a little bit about what's going on at BMW and a little bit about this partnership.
Good. Thank you, Jim. And yes, welcome from my side. So first of all, Jim, I would like to thank you because you said our partnership is very fruitful, and I have to admit, yes, it is. Thank you because you are our lifeline. You are providing the talent pipeline that we need. And thank you for the honor to be here today in this council. Talking about BMW, let me share a little bit the story about BMW. We came here to the country in no, we don't talk about this. It is 25 years ago. Why did we make this decision? The main decision was production follows market. So US turned out into a big market for BMW. And it's the right thing to go into this market and to contribute to the market. So when you get a lot out of this market, you have to give something back. And giving something back is jobs and is education, is providing something for the future of the country. So we did this. We started out pretty small. As of today, we are in South Carolina, the biggest BMW plant in the world. So we are producing much more cars, 30% more cars, than the biggest plant that we have in Germany. So why did we do this? What we found in South Carolina was, first of all, the workforce. No, first of all, the university. Second of all, the workforce. And we found a very, very good business environment. So this was, we got a free trade zone. I just mentioned this. Maybe we talk about politics later. We found a free trade zone. We found infrastructure. Low taxes, support on energy, everything. It was perfect. So as of today, it ended that we are very, very big in the export business, and this is important for me to mention. 70% of the cars that we produce in South Carolina, and this is a capacity of 450,000 cars, 70% go into export. So we far outproduced the local market of the United States because of the good conditions we had. And from this point of view, we are very, very happy to be there. And Jim, being you telling that I'm your friend, I need to give this back. And you know, I'm a German by native, and I'm a German by nationality, and I'm a German engineer. That is no fun by this, but I can clearly say I'm an American by heart.
Well, we are thrilled you are here, and I appreciate the incredible comments. Speaking of Germany, we had the opportunity a month ago to go with our leadership teams to Munich, and I got a chance to drive my first time ever in a self-driving vehicle. I sat in the passenger side. Somebody came, sat behind the wheel. They didn't touch the wheel. They didn't touch the brakes. They programmed in a destination. Car pulls out of the parking lot, drives on a major thoroughfare, rush hour traffic, gets on and off ramps. Bus pulls in front of us. Car stops perfectly. goes back to where we needed to go, parallel parked, all completely 100% by itself. I'm 100% incredibly amazed at the innovation happening at BMW. And some of that happens in Spartanburg. My friend Bob Reynolds, who just spoke, talked about innovation and the key to the future. Talk a little bit about innovation and some cool things that are happening.
Yes, it was a great event in Munich, and I was sitting in the back row of the car, so I was watching what's going on in the front. Innovation is key. Innovation is key for manufacturing and for automotive in general, or for us as a producer. And this is the philosophy of BMW. It is, we want to be always ahead of everybody, and we want to always lead. Competition means we need to lead. We need to lead means we have to have the best of everything. And the best of everything, first of all, is the customer. Because the decision whether a car is bought or not is not made by government or by any organization. It's made by the customer. And what does a customer demand? The customer in the automotive sector, first of all, it's design, perfect design. Get in love with what you get. Most of you know what I'm talking about out of different sectors. The second one is quality, quality, and quality again. It has to be perfect in the detail, in the precision. And third of all, innovation. Because when you want to attract customers and you want to turn them into fans and they give you the money, you have to give them the best. Mm-hmm. And if you do this, you do not have to fear the competition. And this is why I'm highly convinced we are leading in this sector. But what do we need for this? We need people. Yeah. Because the only thing, A-grade results come only from A-grade people. So we need desperately to fill the pipeline for talents, because we love engineering, we love manufacturing, we want to enlarge our footprint in the United States, but we need to have the people. And this makes our partnership special, because you are providing these people to us. We still have a hard time to attract people. I don't know why so many people want to become lawyers and whatever. So, but okay, I'm a German engineer, I don't know, so we love manufacturing. But manufacturing is a lot of value add. And you get in contact with the students at an early stage. Yeah. And we need to convince them that it's maybe good to be a lawyer or maybe good to go to Google and Apple, but if you really want to do something value add, come into the industry.
Yeah. And a lot of that innovation does happen in Spartanburg, although it happens at your plants around the world. So one of the things we do, obviously our students have internships and they have co-ops, but one of the things Knut and his team came to us with an idea for a PhD fellows program, so we could build top-notch talent that you help support. Our students are learning in a different way. They're learning with you. We went over to Munich. We saw our students over there working in your research centers. That's a pretty special way to develop the workforce that you and others need.
Yes. And now that's a question, how do we enlighten this passion for engineering and for manufacturing and for value add back into the United States? Yeah. And what we did together, the Center of Advanced Manufacturing, for example, this is unique. Why is it so special? Because innovation is not only in the car, like you described, the way to the autonomous driving, it's in the manufacturing. There's tons of opportunities to get more efficient with Industry 4.0. Talk about predictive maintenance. Talk about human and robot collaborative. There are tons of opportunities to get more and more efficient. And what we do right now, you have the students, you attract them for this, then they can do try and error in your facilities, but we provide the chance that they come into our plant and they implement it. And here comes the difference. Is it at the paper in the end, or is it really implemented? And we give them the chance to implement the idea in real production. And they will see production is not dirty. People don't have to sweat. Salaries are much better in most other areas. So the theory from the university, the being in the laboratories, but then implemented in production and see it work. And Jim, you know, we do a regular circle together. And then we do not only talk about the theory, we say we go into production and we look at this. So the next steering committee that we do together will be not in the Clemson University, it will be at BMW. And we want to see, hey, what did you do? And there are the students, and there's the engineers from BMW, and you see something work.
So the partnership has never been stronger, and part of that joint steering committee, we have a chance to sit there and kind of lead that together, but there are implementable projects that you want to see on the plant floor.
Yes.
Yeah. So
this is why you said result-oriented.
Results-oriented, there's no doubt. So self-disclosure, I love BMW. I drive a BMW, a phenomenal car in terms of innovation and quality. And you're a global powerhouse in terms of automotive and innovation, and you work across many countries. There are policies that get put into place that sometimes help your company and others. There are policies sometimes that get put in place that sometimes hurt your company and others. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, a lot of thoughts on this, as you know. So I don't know how much time we have left, but basically low taxes, low energy cost, business-friendly environment, this is the breeding place for good manufacturing and value add. What is poison for us definitely is trade barriers, tariffs, and other taxes, because making our product or the product we produce has to compete in the world market. And it's exactly the same message that we heard from the CEO of Harley-Davidson this morning. I said, yeah, these are our words. We need to be global competitive. This means we need to get the best part that is available in the world. So how do we get it in if we have import restrictions? So, and we need to get the product out into the market. And if we deal with taxes and retaliation tariffs and this, then it is artificial cost to the product that we cannot just transfer to the customer. It makes it more expensive for the customer, but also the money is missing in our accounts because the profit that a company generates should be invested into the future, into new innovation, new production, being better than the competition, ruling out the markets and not into tariffs and taxes. So from this point of view, we definitely believe the best thing is what you can do. If you believe in export and if you believe in growth, the world is the market, not the local market. The world is the market. And the world is a very, very powerful market for BMW, and this is why we believe in fair and free trade.
Well, we're thrilled that you were in Spartanburg, Greer, South Carolina, and their impact is huge. So our main campus is in Clemson, South Carolina. We have a campus in Greenville, one in North Charleston, Greenwood, and Anderson. The economic impact of BMW in the Greenville area and the global partners that you have brought in has been really significant in the transformation of what is now one of the most desirable places to live. As BMW moves forward with reimagining the future of transportation of people and goods, these global partners become important. Yes. And your plant is thriving. You're producing, a whole bunch of cars. Talk a little bit about the future.
Let us see, give me some numbers to what you just said. We have employed 11,000 people in our plant, and this is directly BMW employees. If we look into the impact of South Carolina, it's around 40,000, because 75% of our value add comes from suppliers, and they have sub-suppliers and sub-suppliers. So we think every job that we create in the United States is in the factor 1 to 10. That's a very, very big impact. Do we want to grow this? Yes, we want to grow because we want to lead and we want to be competitive. Competitive, and competitive. Because I do not know who's driving a BMW, and I don't ask this question right now, but we want to turn customers into fans. And from this point of view, we want to grow and we need to grow and we will grow. And we will grow together. Promise.
Absolutely. And I think about, again, my experience in that self-driving vehicle. That's not the final level of where this is going, right? So right now we have cruise control and other things, and then I get in a vehicle that literally takes me everywhere and no one really touches anything. That's only part way of where your research and BMW is headed. Talk a little bit about what comes next.
So what you saw in Munich is what we name level 3. Level 3 means you can take your foot off and you can take your hands off. The next level is take off your mind. I know a lot of people do this when you're texting in the car, then you're on level 4, but it's highly dangerous. So we want to provide this, and we want to say level 4. In a very short future, what we will see in the Spartanburg plant, and you will be part of this with your students, you will see autonomous driving in this area. You will see the cars rolling from the line, and they will go into the transportation to the distribution just by itself. The same we feel on the street, and we can do this with our cars right now. When you use the interstate, you can really feel level 3, but you still have to be awake. But you will see in the plant very, very fast, and all the students will see it, autonomous driving cars in the plant, because the infrastructure is there. And to see this somewhere outside on the roads, that's on a side note, we need to drastically improve the infrastructure and not fixing potholes, like somebody said this morning. We need the 5G net, we need internet connection to make this really happen. But it will come, and it will happen in South Carolina.
Well, as we wrap up, just thank you all for being here, and thank you, Knut, for your friendship and helping to make South Carolina a leading advanced manufacturing state. I'm excited about where we go from here.
Jim, this is our common target. Thank you.